INDIANA, that's Indiana. Ballin' like Reggie Miller, that's Indiana. I put up on my state, that's Indiana. Watch me rep it in your face, that's Indiana. That's Indiana, that's Indiana.
Hi, I'm Matt from Ludovox, and we are GenCon 2016 Day 2 with Sean on the Cool Media Nuts booth. Hi, Sean.
Hey, nice to see you again. So we are talking now about Unusual Suspects, and this is a very, very fun party game that we have. So the way this game works is that one of the players is a witness to a crime, and everybody else is a team of detectives working to find the actual culprit, okay? So the witness, we've got a lineup of suspects here, and the witness gets a card that tells them which of these characters is the actual suspect. So depending on which card you pull, that'll tell you who the actual suspect is. Now, the team of detectives will ask them yes or no questions that they can only answer yes or no to, and the witness will have to determine whether it is a yes or no to that thing, and then the team of detectives will eliminate different suspects until they're left with the one actual culprit. Now, that being the case, the questions that we ask are only about the person's personality. So let's just pick one at random here. Do they eat a lot of fast food? So that kind of question. And so based on what the interpretation is of the witness, they have to decide whether or not the culprit actually yes or no to that question. And then everybody else, the team of detectives, has to decide whether or not they can eliminate certain people. Like if the answer is yes, I think they do, well, they may look at it and think, well, this is a kind of a sport happy kind of person, so they probably are not. And then we eliminate somebody, and you can eliminate as many as you want, but you must always eliminate one. Yeah. So you go on like this, and the less questions that the team of detectives has to ask to get to the actual culprit, the more points it's going to be worth. So very simple party game, but one that is a lot of fun, and it leads to a lot of discussion at the end of the game, because people will say, well, how could you think this person eats a lot of fast food? Or, do they spend a lot of time in the bathroom? Well, how could you possibly know that? But it all comes down to how we read the personality of these different people. So lots of fun. Yeah.
So it can accommodate to up to 16 people. That's impressive.
Yes, it is. And I mean, sometimes people find that the more players that there is, the harder it is, because you've got all sorts of different opinions, and everybody brings their own preconceived notions of people and their behavior. And so it can lead to even more arguments and more debate. And when we get to the end of it all, sometimes the more people, the more difficult it is. You'd think a team of detectives would be better, but that one ends up.
The big argument about time spent in the bathroom.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, that's something that scientists have been working on for years to come to the answer of. And I mean, possibly this game will get us a little closer to that answer. Yeah.
And we've got 1,000 cards, maybe for questions, and 50 suspects or so.
Yeah,
60.
I think there's about 70 suspect cards, and then many different question cards. So, really, the combinations of the suspects that are going to come up and the questions that are going to be asked are pretty much unlimited. And then on top of that, the way that people will perceive the questions that are asked and perceive the answers that the witnesses are going to give are wildly different every time you're going to play the game. So leads to a lot of replayability, and who your witness is critically important, and how well you know that witness and the way they think about the world is really important to how you play the game, your success or failure to your crime scene investigation. So one of the fun things that we've got going on here at GenCon 2016 is the Make Me a Suspect photo booth. I think you got your photo taken. So people have actually been able to get a photo taken and become a suspect in the game, which is fantastic and fun, because you may show up there and people will certainly have their own preconceived notions about that.
It's going to make people angry, probably.
It may, yes, for sure. If they show up as a suspect, they'll be like, well, I mean, if you did the crime, you must do the time. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean, for this overview of Unusual Suspects. Bye-bye. See you on Ludovox.
INDIANA, that's Indiana. Ballin' like Reggie Miller, that's Indiana. I put on for my state, that's Indiana. Watch me rep it in your face, that's Indiana. That's Indiana, that's Indiana.